Is Ravencoin about to make a move? Well, let's find out. I'm back, all in crypto, and got the Ravencoin chart here on the weekly time frame. And I've noticed a couple things, and I got a couple theories. So let's see what we got. So on the weekly time frame, I've been following these trend lines here. Trend on the bottom, rising, and a trend on the top, falling. And what we can see here is possible triangle pattern forming. And as we know, if you know anything about triangle patterns, they usually break out around 70% of the pattern, which would put it roughly around the end of the year for a breakout out of this pattern. Now, if this pattern were to actually play out, we can kind of see from the bottom to the top, and let's just put it over here towards the end, beginning of next year. And the price would be around $1.92. Is that possible? Yeah, I think it's possible. It's going to give that. I think I looked at the market cap earlier. It's going to give it. What is that? A 15 to $20 billion market cap? I think that's possible for Ravencoin, especially after the ETH merge is coming up, and the ETH merge is gonna, move all those Ethereum miners to a different coin to mine, possibly Ethereum Classic. You can check out my video on Ethereum Classic and see what I had to say there. But also, I think Ravencoin might have a chance to pick up some of that. And we've noticed in the last couple of weeks, which I'll show you here in a moment, that maybe other people think that as well. I mean, right now, Ravencoin's up just about 11.5% on the day today. And let's go ahead and throw Fibonacci down and see what happens from top to bottom on the weekly. And actually, that $1.92, that target that I have, puts Ravencoin at roughly, if you get to the 1618, you're at $1.60. Now, maybe Ravencoin breaks out towards the end of this triangle, maybe towards May of next year, the end of May, actually. And that would actually line up perfectly with the target all the way up to the 1618. Some confluence there. Let's go ahead and delete this. Another reason why I think that Ravencoin may have bottomed already right here. It's created a higher high, first off. Then we're going to grab the Fibonacci, go from the bottom to the top. And that higher high hit the 786 perfectly, and then had a very nice rejection to continue this trend line. And then we've also created a couple more higher highs, and we had a little bit of a breakout the last couple of weeks. And we're coming right into the 0.5 Fibonacci. Also, if you see, let's do a little horizontal line here. That's also previous resistance and previous support twice. Finally broke through, hitting this trend line, hitting the 786, coming back up and getting a little bit of resistance, which you can understand with this. This is the weekly time frame, so this is pretty massive support here that it's got to break through. And you've also got the yellow dots here, the 50-week EMA, which it's going to have to break through as well. It bounced directly off the 35 EMA, which is in blue right here. So what we're hoping is to get this 35 EMA to cross back over the 50 EMA, which, as you can see, is whenever the blue, let's kind of zoom in over here, starts to curl up and cross over the 50 is when you start to see some massive moves. Now, the previous run-up for Ravencoin, let's go and take a look at that. From this order block down here to the top was 2250, 2,250%. And let me do that again. That only took from the bottom to the top, that took 49 days, less than 2 months to get there. It's a lot of volume that can come into Ravencoin and push it up pretty quick. So do I think that $1.60 to $2 is reasonable for Ravencoin if it kind of takes some of that Ethereum mining power? I do think it's possible. Let's look at some other things that are going on. So we notice that we're hitting this resistance pretty hard right here and getting rejected. According to the UT bot, which is a candle color thing that I use, the weekly has turned green. Now, it's a reversal candle, so we could see it come back down a little bit, double bottom on the weekly, and then come back up. Not sure yet. We still have 2 days, 2 hours left on this week, could come back up and fill that in. Not sure. But let's go down to the daily and see where we're at here. So on the daily, we found this order block. We created double bottom, possibly even a head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders, that is, on the daily. You can say right there, possible, maybe. Hasn't come all the way back to retest that, so not sure, but hasn't also come back to retest the double bottom yet either. But what we can see is putting up a couple other Fibonacci's on here. From the bottom to the top there. Hit the 786. It's hard to see because the order block's in the way. Let me get that out of the way. Tap the 786 perfectly again from top to bottom on the Fibonacci. And now, from this bottom, the most recent bottom, to the most recent top, we are holding the 0.5. So we went from the 786, holding the 0.5. We just broke above the 382. We found support roughly around the 35 and the 50 EMA. And we've got a blue 35 crossover. So we want the blue to be on top and then the yellow to be on top of the green. That's what we're looking for here. So first we got rejected off of the green, came back and tested the blue, broke through, came back down, and now we're testing the 0.5 Fibonacci. Now if we go down to the 6 hour, sorry, froze up there a little bit. You can see that we just broke out. Sorry. Just broke out of this resistance here, which was kind of like a falling wedge. Broke out. Is it going to come back all the way down to retest at just almost 4 cents? Possibly. 0.364 would be what we're looking at. Possibly. It has kind of held up at the 382 right now. Not sure. Let's go ahead and look at some other indicators here. And we can see that if we're looking at the Fu Manchu here, looks like the RSI is about to roll over on the 6 hour. It's pretty high. Although last time it was up this high, that's also when we shot up for another. See, we got to this high, we shot up another 72%. So actually, we could see that. We could see a nice little, volume spike. Which actually, if we look at the volume right now, our volume is rising coming up. On the trend meter, we also have nothing but green, solid green. Last time we had some solid greens was right around the same time that the MACD, not the MACD, sorry, the RSI, that's the stochastic RSI. I thought I was getting that confused. The stochastic RSI was up here, hitting again up here, and we got green. So if it plays out the same way that it played out back here with the all green stochastic RSIs up here. So we had the green dot on the Fu Manchu, green dot on the Fu Manchu on the lower side. Looks like we're creating some kind of a divergence here. Go ahead and play that out right there. It's coming down while it's going up. Trend meter's green. We got a breakout. So actually, if this breakout even played out, we're almost at the target already. So the target of this breakout would be the top of the breakout. So we're looking at around just over 4 cents. So that would be the top of the target for the breakout. I believe we're probably going to go a little bit higher. If we set up our next Fibonacci line, here's the yellow line. This is the weekly triangle that we were talking about earlier. If we set up our next Fibonacci line, I would expect some resistance coming in, probably just over 5 cents, 0.565. And then if we get all the way up to the 1618, 0.644. I'd expect some resistance there. We get that resistance. We come back down to retest some of the highs back here to stay with the 50 EMA, which we seem to be following here on this new uptrend. And that's where we can get out. You buy roughly where we're at, preferably if we were down by the 50, so around 347 you should have been buying. You sell right up here, and then you can try and catch some more back down here and just keep buying the dips on this rise up. And hopefully we can make it all the way up to the yellow line up here, which again on the monthly is our triangle. Now, oh, actually, and if you look at this, on the weekly, the resistance for the 50 is right at 0.571. So let's go back down to the 6 hour and let's see if there's any confluence there. I said 0.6, what did I say? 0.5770, somewhere around there. So yeah, the 1272 is exactly where the 50 EMA is on the weekly. So this 0.565 is where I might start looking to offload some if you're doing a shorter swing trade. And it gets up to there, take some profits, probably buy some more down a little bit lower. This line, this white line right here, is our resistance. So that would mean we had broken through the resistance, and I would expect us, if we did break through the resistance, to come back down to test this as support at around 0.488. Now, if we test that as support and it's strong support and it holds, that's another great place after you sold up here to start accumulating some more Ravencoin up until we possibly break out. Now, if this triangle plays out and we don't break out to the end of the year, beginning of next year, there's going to be a lot of ups and downs in here to start making some swing trades. So you might want to look at that. And it's kind of what I got for Ravencoin. I do expect some moves. I expect Ethereum Classic to move first, honestly, to get a lot of the miners going there. And then after Ethereum Classic moves, I would expect Ravencoin to start getting some as well. And just to kind of prove that point, let's go to the daily candles. And let's go to Ethereum Classic, actually. And let's see when Ethereum Classic started its move. Ethereum Classic started its move on July 16th, and it had a 100% rise roughly from the bottom here. Oh, sorry, it had a 240% rise, even better. So then we go to Ravencoin. So July 16th, right? July 16th is when we really started the move. Go to Ravencoin. Ravencoin didn't start its move until July 26th. It took another week, a little bit over a week, 10 days for that to happen. It did start a little bit move, but it got rejected, came back down, and then it really started its next rise 10 days afterwards. So actually, yeah, around the same time, it had a little bit of a move, but came back down. So I don't know if it plays out the same way in Ethereum Classic is the first mover, which if you watch my other Ethereum Classic video, we did break out of this flag that I was talking about on the 6 hour, and we're retesting and going back up. Hopefully, we're going to see what happens there, but we did break out of the flag, and hopefully that plays out the way that I had talked about on my Ethereum Classic video, which I'll leave up so you can click on that right now. Anyway, if you like the video, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the other stuff. I'm not a financial advisor, just a dude sitting in his basement on his computer. And thanks for watching.